This clip is brought to you by SaveWithConrad.com.
Sean's not the only one who's going to suffer some injuries during this era. The company receives word that The Undertaker has now suffered a broken orbital bone, which is the bone that holds your eye in your eye socket. Several days earlier, he's going to be out of action for at least 1 month. He will definitely miss the October 22nd show in Winnipeg, where his match was supposed to be the main event against King Mabel, or at least the semi-main event. And we know when he shows back up, he's got an interesting looking mask on. And apparently the injury happened on October 7th in Providence, Rhode Island, working against, well, who else? Mabel. Apparently Mabel went to throw a clothesline, but Undertaker wasn't close enough to him, and his fist cracked Undertaker in the eye. And not realizing the severity of the injury, wouldn't you know it, Undertaker continues to work scheduled matches against Isaac Yankem the next 3 dates before the pain becomes unbearable. And he finally has to have his face examined. And, it's less than ideal. He's going to have surgery, of course, late in the week. The WWF is going to create a storyline around the incident, claiming the injury was from a beating suffered at the hands of Mabel and Yokozuna during a 6-man tag that aired on October 9th on Raw. And then on the October 16th Raw, it's announced that Yokozuna is going to replace The Undertaker as Mabel's opponent on the pay-per-view. This is not exactly uncommon to hear that Mabel hurt somebody. There's a pretty famous story that we've talked about before with Kevin Nash working with Mabel and a back injury where he felt like Mabel didn't take care of him. But now you're hurting, you know, the godfather of the locker room, the guy who holds wrestler court, the most respected man, and you legit broke his fucking face. What do you remember about Undertaker's injury here? Was there any heat on Mabel? Was Mabel already starting to earn a reputation? What can you tell us?
Well, Mabel had definitely earned the reputation. And then first, you know, it is kind of difficult to injure the Undertaker because he's a war horse, that he's that ever ready battery bunny that just keeps going and keeps going and keeps going.
Energizer, but yeah. So that's same.
Okay. Energizer. I like ever ready, but it's the Energizer.
Well, I'm going to start texting you. Are you ever ready to tape?
That hurts.
That was funny.
I was ready earlier today than you.
Bullshit. Texted you this morning. You didn't respond. I told you, wait, we should go ahead and acknowledge.
I had my phone off.
Where on Raw, when Gorilla Monsoon announces that the Mabel Yokozuna match is going to be taking place instead of the Undertaker taking on Mabel, he said it was the first time that these two would wrestle each other, which is obviously not the case since they worked a program the prior year, but here we are. Yokozuna goes to a double count out with King Mabel in 5 minutes and 12 seconds. Mabel was said to have weighed a legitimate 580 pounds for this match. And he says, if that's the case, Yoko must be pushing 700. He called it a horrible match with a horrible finish and a strong candidate to be the worst match of the year. And he gave it -2 stars.
It's fucking awful. It was fucking awful. It was like, you know, it's one of those that you see it, goddamn, on the Independents, and you see two fucking guys that have no right to be in the ring and thinking that everything, it was fucking terrible. It was sad is what it was. And, yeah, that's all I have to say about that. Did you see the thing on Twitter? And I don't even know where the hell it is, where the guy's on the turnbuckle and something.
No. I don't want to.
What?
Nobody wants to talk about that. Everybody listening to this has seen that. It's painful to look at. Why do you want to talk about that?
Because that's what this match reminded me of.
Oh, it was that bad to watch?
Yes.
Dude, that motherfucker has grasshopper legs.
I mean, good Lord. Somebody showed it to me, Monday night, and it was on a loop and it kept going over and I couldn't look away, but every single time that he hit, I cringed and went, oh God, no. And then I had to look again.
By the way, we should mention that fella has, a GoFundMe because apparently he's an indie guy, didn't have insurance. He's had surgery now, but his medical bills are like over $200,000. which is just hard to imagine, but that's where we are. So
Well, yeah, and some people don't belong in the ring, and in this case, this was one of those that was watching this match where you just go, "Good Lord!" Probably anything else would have been better.
it was bad. It was real bad.
Yeah, it's ugly.
We should mention, if you want to go check him out, it's on, it's on GoFundMe. I don't even know what to say. I feel bad for the kid. The guy's name's Justin, by the way. Not fun. Not fun to look at. Let's move on. Of course, we know that's the worst match of the night. It's not even close. The readers of the Wrestling Observer agree. I guess my question is, when we know that two giant men like this is not going to make for a good match, why does it keep getting booked over and over throughout wrestling history?
I think that there is and frankly, a large segment of the audience that is looking for the spectacle and the collision, and to see what the two, like the two biggest and strongest, when they finally meet someone their own size and of their own ability. Well, what's going to happen? What's going to come out of that? And all too often, with very few exceptions, it's not good, because they both have the same gimmick, and you can't do the same spots with the guy that does all your spots. So it's difficult.
Hey, it's Conrad Thompson. Thanks for checking out the podcast here on YouTube. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and the notifications bell so you get a notice anytime we upload some new content. And go save yourself some money right now. If you're in a 30-year loan or you have credit card debt, it's not a matter of if I can save you money. It's a matter of how much. Find out right now for free at SaveWithConrad.com.